Hey there, fight fans. Today in this video, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler might not happen. McGregor was warned that he must spend 6 months on the USADA list before returning to the octagon. But Conor, well, he has no plans to comply with this requirement. However, if he does not comply with USADA rules, he will not be able to fight at the end of the show. Also, it has been speculated that Dana White, president of the UFC, may not want to support McGregor in this situation. And then later in the video, the UFC lightweight division is buzzing with excitement and controversy, as rising star Islam Makhachev challenged welterweight champion Leon Edwards. But one fighter who is unhappy with the challenge is Colby Covington, who has been promised a title shot himself. And in a recent interview, Covington called Makhachev a little fool and questioned his ability to handle the big boys. But it seems that Covington is not limited only to attacks on Makhachev and remembered Khamzat Chimaev. But that's not all. Covington also made some very serious allegations against Jon Jones and Cyril Gane.
Oh yeah, you John, scumbag.
Jon Jones is gonna be in front of you one day. Gotta be careful, watch your fucking words.
So what is the motive behind Colby Covington's allegations against them? And with all this drama and intrigue, it is no wonder UFC fans are kind of pondering what's next. But before we kick off this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of our dear friends. We already have hit 50,000 subscribers. Therefore, I want to thank each and every one of you who have helped support our channel. Thank you very much. A potential clash between McGregor and Chandler has been the subject of much speculation in the UFC world lately, and with very good reason. Therefore, many fans were looking forward to a possible fight between them. However, some recent developments have cast doubts on whether the fight will actually take place. The issue at hand is McGregor's compliance with USADA anti-doping agency's regulations. McGregor has been warned that he must spend 6 months on the USADA testing pool list before returning to the octagon, but he has stated that he does not plan to fulfill that requirement, which then has led to concerns that he may not be able to fight after the Ultimate Fighter season ends, as the show runs from May 30th to August 15th. Moreover, there are suggestions that McGregor's recent behavior may have alienated UFC president Dana White. As you know, White has been a very vocal supporter of McGregor in the past, but he has recently distanced himself from the Irishman's doping issues. In a press conference, White stated that he would not interfere in the doping testing situation and that he would leave it to the experts, which is a significant departure from his previous stance on McGregor, and it suggests that White may no longer be willing to take risks on the former two-division champion. The potential consequences of McGregor's non-compliance with USADA regulations are significant. Even if he were here to enter the anti-doping agency pool right now, he would still not be able to fight until the end of September, which is a month after the Ultimate Fighter season ends. So as you understand, this means that if McGregor does not comply with the regulations, the fight with Chandler may not take place at all, which would be a significant blow to the UFC, as the fight between McGregor and Chandler would undoubtedly generate a huge amount of interest and revenue. There are many questions that remain unanswered in this situation. Overall, it is clear that McGregor's doping issues have created significant uncertainty for the UFC. While the potential fight with Chandler is undoubtedly an exciting prospect, it may not happen at all if McGregor does not comply with USADA regulations. The situation is still developing, and it remains to be seen what the final outcome will be. So what do you think about this? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. And moving on. Islam Makhachev, a rising star in the UFC lightweight division, has caused a stir in the MMA community with his recent challenge to welterweight champion Leon Edwards. One fighter who was particularly licensed by Makhachev's challenge was Colby Covington. The American, who had promised a title shot by Dana White himself, was enraged. It is not surprising given the long waiting list for a welterweight title shot. And now a lightweight fighter plans to compete for the belt, which means everyone else will have to wait at least 6 months. Covington's feelings are understandable, although his right to fight for the title is also controversial. After suffering 2 defeats from Usman, the American has only defeated Jorge Masvidal. When I saw what the little fool said, I laughed. You just got beat up by a featherweight dwarf, Alexander Volkanovski, and you're planning to move up to welterweight where real men fight? These undersized wrestlers are always talking about fighting in the big guy division. but none of them want to actually come compete there. So let him stay in his junior weight class and do what he does best, Covington stated on Submission Radio podcast.
Honestly, I want to knock him out,
Now, Colby Covington also remembered Khamzat Chimaev and answered him pretty harshly, as Chimaev had previously said that Covington was afraid of fighting him.
Colby is lying, he doesn't want to fight. I swear with everything I have, all the Muslims, I understand, I swear with Quran. I get 4 times call, you want to fight? I say yes.
Of course, they will all say sorts of nonsense to journalists. They don't say anything to my face or in the octagon, Covington said. They say, oh, I want to fight for the 170-pound title. I want to fight Colby, both. The guy got off with a cold, couldn't make weight, having the best UFC professionals behind him. Millions of dollars were invested in him and in marketing. He had the easiest fight in the division. Soy, Nate Diaz. The guy is a laughingstock. The guy sucks in a fight. He's unprofessional, and I never want to hear his name again. You guys are blowing him up, making him a great giant. Now, former UFC welterweight title challenger Colby Covington didn't just stop at insulting Makhachev and Chimaev, though, as he also made some very serious allegations against Jon Jones and Cyril Gane. Covington suggested that Jon Jones bribed Cyril Gane at UFC 285. But why does he say those things? Why would he want to undermine Jon Jones' well-deserved victory over Cyril Gane?
Yeah, Colby's a habitual liar at the end of the day. He really is.
Both fighters compete in different weight classes, so there is no chance they will face each other in the octagon. Or maybe Covington just simply wants attention. As you know, he is known for his trash talking and controversial statements, and this could be another attempt to stay in the limelight. Or could Covington be genuinely upset about Jones's victory over Gane? So why is he doing this? Maybe you have some thoughts on this. Feel free to share them in the comments. And that is all for today. I would like to thank you once again for your support. There are already 50,000 of us, so thank you very much.